You know, the real question is, so who do you blame? Who do you blame? No member of the National Assembly questioned the unlawful detention of the former chairman of EFCC, Abdul Rashid Bawa. Senator Akpabio, before introducing the new guy to head EFCC, simply told the Senate that Bawa had resigned. He did not read any letter. He did not show the senators any letter. He just said it verbally. And no senator asked, like, here is the letter of resignation. Meanwhile, the man was in detention. Now, after 134 days, he was released secretly. Meanwhile, the former CBN governor, Godwin Emefiele, was and is still undergoing prosecution with his wife as of today, February 13th, 2024. Now, there are allegations that a powerful traditional ruler from northern Nigeria pleaded for Bawa to be released with the understanding that he will refund some of the money that he stole. And that was how Bawa was released. Till date, nobody in Nigeria, whether traditional ruler, whether legislator, whether opposition party, nobody has asked how much did this man refund? How much did he refund? Nobody's asking, which means that amount of money that Bauer refunded based on plea bargain is a secret fund, which means it can be stolen, it can be relooted, and nobody will know, and nobody will say anything because you don't even know the amount because you did not ask. A judge in July 2023, a judge ordered Chief Tinubu to account for monies received from Abacha's loot and how the government of Nigeria has spent the money. Till date, Chief Tinubu refused to respect the order of the court. Just tell us how much was released and how it was spent. At least Nigerians know the various amounts of Abacha's loot that were returned. But now nobody knows the amount of the loot that was returned by Bawa Abdul Rashid, which means it can be relooted just the way Abacha's fund was relooted. Do you know what it means to hear that the chairman of an anti-corruption body stole public funds, relooted what was looted? And if you look at the trajectory, the former chairman, Mago, had the same problem. He was suspended. A panel was formed. At the end of the day, we didn't even know the result of the panel. And he was promoted when he was under suspension. Anti-corruption chairman stealing what was looted. In China, such persons will be killed without option B. So all of these things are happening, and for a serious government to fight corruption, the first thing they must do is to ensure that we have a different court established to try corruption cases. And such courts must not be more than 90 days. They must not sit more than 90 days. Today, you have many of those governors that stole money from their states, left the states indebted, and now they are still receiving life pension for looting for 8 years. They are now in the Senate. The money they stole that time, their cases, some of them, their cases have been in court for 5, 6, 7, 8 years because they now use the money which they stole to fight the system. They now pay for injustice with the people's tax. So what you are going to say in Nigeria is that Nigeria will continue to borrow. Things will continue to get difficult because not because we don't pray for it, but this is the reality. I speak positivity to all issues, but with what we are seeing now, things are going to be more difficult. We're talking about a bag of rice costing 77,000 naira, and we don't see monies that were looted, and we don't see how how Tinubu has used all the monies that he has borrowed since he came into office. So when all of these things are happening, we're talking about a situation where the dollar is now rising every day. $1, 1,500 naira, which means $100 is 150,000 naira. So it is just obvious that even Tinubu's government does not even know what they are doing. That is the truth. And when we talk about having young people in government, when this Bawa came at 40 years, people say, young man, let us see. Now, I stopped this campaign for young people coming into government because look at all these young people that are in government. I didn't know the ones that are stealing more than, they are not even competing with the old ones. They are competing with the political vampires. And I miss Steve pass you. See all those scandals we're getting about all those young people in government. So it's not just about age. It's about patriotism. It's about integrity. It's about discipline. It's about what you want for yourself or the country. So the main thing I'm saying here is that it is quite strange that EFCC former chairman was detained unlawfully for 134 days, and he was secretly released. He was never prosecuted. He was never taken to court because a traditional ruler pleaded for him. He refunded some money, definitely did not refund all, and he was released. He came home and there was jubilation in his community. How can you build a country like that? How can you build a country like this? All these things are happening because Nigerians are silent. Nothing has destroyed Nigeria since 1960 as much as the silence of Nigerians to bad governance. But what I know for sure is that Tinubu will be a catalyst for a revolution because what he's doing now, all these things we're seeing, the stealing going on, the inflation of budgets, this one that is going to happen will give Nigeria a second independence. The first one expired in 1960. This second Nigerian independence is going to be a revolution. Some of them that have put Nigeria in the condition that it is today, if they are lucky to run away from truth, if they are lucky to pass the border, if they are lucky to pass the border of the country to escape, they should thank God. Because this time around, well, a hungry man is an angry man. I just believe strongly in my heart that Nigeria will not continue like this. This is just too much. For less than 10,000 people to be putting over 250 million people in this abject poverty, insecurity in the land, kidnapping. No, do not continue like this.